Hey, welcome to Dejuan's Aerial Quad channel. It has been a bit since I have gotten the drone out, any of the drones. So today I'm just taking a little drive. It's a Saturday here toward the end of April. And I am just flying around, going down south a bit, heading toward Cape Girardeau eventually. But stopped here pretty close to town. This is actually still technically in Festus. This is a different school district in the city of Festus. It's called Jefferson R7. And I know I can hit probably two of the buildings from where I'm parked. They have 3 different buildings in their district. So we'll see what we can what we can look at today. Also, we have a lovely golf course here. That's nice. Beautiful day like this. Not surprised to see cars in the parking lot. All right, let's start with the school. Now, I know a bit about the school, but not a ton. This is their bus lot, clearly, and the thing I am noticing for the first time, from the bird's eye view, they've got solar panels on several of the buildings in the district. I like it. That's a good place to put panels, tops of roofs and things. And looking into doing something similar myself. All right, the Jefferson Blue Jays. So the building here we're seeing is their middle school. They call it Danby Rush Tower Middle School. So I believe normal middle school grades, I think it is 6, 7, and 8. Not 100% sure on that, but I believe that's correct. They've got a bit of an open campus in that not all the buildings are directly next to each other. You know, a lot of towns are similar in that way. The Festus School District, not this one, but the Festus R6 School District is not that way. They are pretty well all in the same spot, with the one exception of the newest addition. They purchased a building and turned it into the Early Childhood Center, preschool. So that one is on the other side of town. But otherwise, all the buildings in the school district are together. Ooh, I do know one fact about this. Let's head over here to the gym and take a look at something. Yes, Lieutenant M. Keepy is how they pronounce that. Lieutenant Keepy was, don't remember if it was Air Force or Navy, but he was an aviator who died in a plane crash in 1992. And they were a pretty big name around here. Keepies, and they're married into the Neals. So this gym is named after him. Right here we have another one of the buildings in the district. And this I believe they call the intermediate school. Has 4th and 5th grade, maybe also 3rd, I'm not sure. But I see more solar panels. A nice playground out back. Maybe a couple playgrounds. I'm pretty sure, thinking back to Lieutenant Keepy, I think it was Navy, because I believe the aircraft I saw in the pictures was an F-18. So unless he was a Growler driver, must have been Navy. But yeah, rolling hills of Missouri. I'll talk about it all day, and frequent listeners of the channel know that that's very much a true thing. I will 100% just talk about the beautiful rolling hills of Missouri. All right, we're going to scoot on over now to their high school. And I don't know what's going on here. I don't think the district has outgrown their facilities. So is this going to be an additional ball field, maybe? Maybe they're going to build one with turf. Could be. I know some of the other schools in the area have turf baseball fields now, so maybe they're keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. But just their high school, the Jefferson R7 High School, is the newest building. I believe it was sometime around 2012 they opened. And it was kind of a neat process. They started off with only a freshman class. Back before they had their own high school, students who graduated the 8th grade from Danby had options. They could go to probably one of four or five different local high schools, and they would have buses. And I can imagine that was a bit of a pain to have bus routes that many places, deliver to that many places. So yeah, they started their own high school, and they started with only a freshman class, and then the next year they added another freshman class, and so on until they had all 4 grade levels in the building. So I believe the part with the black roof was all the original portion of the high school. And then what you see with the white roof, that is a later addition. That's a performing arts center. And some additional space they can use for, gatherings and things. It's a nice auditorium. It probably holds about 650 or so, if I had to guess. It's well laid out, easy to get to from the other music facilities. It's got the classic, giant doors in the back, so you can get all of the props and things for plays and musicals. So it's a well laid out building. And once again, we have more solar panels. A lot of room for growth there if they want to add some more. But giant arrays like that do get pricey. Just, I'm looking at starting small, getting like a little solar generator just to run things. Like if I'm out, flying drones for a long time, for instance. Just a little solar panel, a little power station, keep running even longer. Although I say that as I've been flying here for 9 minutes with the Mini 5 Pro, and I'm still at 77% battery, and I have 5 batteries. So not super necessary all the time, but when you get multiple people going, you might need that. You get some less efficient machines, some more power hungry machines. Like the RC plane world. I've talked about that. I sometimes consider getting back into that. I know it's pricey. Okay, we have a church over here, not associated with the school. We have another church over here that's like right in the middle of the buildings. I believe, unless I'm making that up, which is possible, but I don't think I am. It's not that. There's a nice RV there parked. Also, I'm parked here. But we're underneath those trees. The whole point fluctuates a lot when you're at a distance, I've noticed. I think that's the 4 Pro and the 5 Pro. But you press return to home, it will still get you back ready to go. Yes, there is another church right here, right in the middle of these 3 buildings. All right, now the 4th building in the school district. I am not confident that we can make it here, from here, with the 400-foot limit, because it is across the interstate. I think it's pretty close to that water tower. And you know how I am. If I can't make it to the water tower, that's sad. I gotta go see me some water tower. But I believe right there beneath it, you're looking at their elementary school. So let's just go ahead and give ourselves best chance, pop all the way up to 400.
Max altitude reached.
Oh, and I'm just realizing I'm in auto. I am rocking the ND32 filter. So, that's nice. Yeah, those are the last settings I had when I had that filter on a similarly sunny day. Like I said, beautiful Saturday morning in April. What are we? We're about 10:30 or so in the afternoon. So, gotta love it. All right, some construction here. There's this service road that they are building up farther north into this actual city of Festus proper. So I don't know how much you'd be able to see from here. Like, that's one of the water towers we've looked at many times. Not the most common water tower on this channel, but it's on the list. And we got the gas station here. This used to be a restaurant called Big Boys, and right where that truck is parked. And I don't remember if it burned down or they just tore it down or what. But of course, obviously it is no longer there. This lake looks man-made. Just looking at that clean line there. Somebody's out in a boat. The R7 area, if I had to compare it to something, imagine the show Parks and Recreation. I think if Festus is the Pawnee, then this area, Festus, is Eagleton. A lot of money there. I think we are going to make it here. Excellent. So this is the elementary school. This is called Platten. And I have never been in this building. But once again, more solar panels. Big open playground. Look at that. Let them kids do some running. Like it. Good sized parking lot for an elementary school. Alright, and now that we know it's here, we have to try. Check out this water tower. Alright, so I am not facing the drone. I'm about 1.5 miles away. There is certainly some hill and some buildings in between me and the drone. We'll see what we can do. What does it say? Public Water Service District 1, and I see a blue jay. Alright, we're dropping altitude. We better get back up so we can see. Yes, okay.
Max altitude reached.
Yep, that's it. So, I say Pawnee and Eagleton. It's not 100% fair. There are a lot of small, like here you see some trailer homes. But there's also a lot of very large homes. And a lot of lawyers and doctors in particular used to be known for living in the R7 district. Talk about that with their tax base. Another look here. Boy, the screen recording is not going to be great right now. 4K should look beautiful. Mini 5 Pro does not disappoint. We'll mosey on back this direction and take a look at least one of those large subdivisions with the good, impressive sized houses. Thinking of where all I might fly today. I don't want to just keep hitting the same spots over and over again. Like I've flown at Bloomsdale a couple times. Flown down in St. John. Well, there is still more of St. John to experience. It's a pretty sprawling town. Flown a couple spots in Cape. There is another, speaking of Pawnee and Eagleton, there's another comparison there. Cape Girardeau and Jackson, Missouri. Jackson is the Eagleton in that case. And Cape, of course, being Pawnee. We'll cross back over Interstate 55. Cut out of the mountains. Or the rolling hills. Mountains is a little extreme. Yeah, I don't know if I think we'll probably stay on Highway 61 for a while. Which is right here. We'll just keep heading south. For today's jaunt. Okay, we're doing 30, 31 or so in normal mode. It should be max gusts of about 10 today. Nothing wild. And just a beautiful day, so I haven't flown in a while. Have a free Saturday. Decided, gotta go for it. And you can definitely hear the fan on the controller. Hold it up to the mics for you. Although CapCut has audio cleaning, options. I don't know if it's AI driven or just an algorithmic or whatever, but it does a very good job of getting rid of like breathing sounds, getting rid of like this fan. So you might not be able to hear it. Hadn't flown for a while. Got to get all the batteries charged up. Have 100-watt charger, and I've never seen the battery charger, holds the 3 batteries for this drone. I've never seen it start working at all 3 at the same time, but it sure was. It was impressive to see. Yeah, so I'm on my batteries. I got them all labeled. I'm on battery 5 right now. Last one I flew was 4. I'm doing a waypoint mission regularly, kind of as a side project, and that was just about a week ago. But I haven't done any actual big narrated videos like this. I don't think I've flown one in about a month. So it's nice to get the mic minis out and start yapping again. The screen recording said it's capturing audio, so hopefully that is the case. Mic is all lights are green on the mics. Right, so now we're looking at probably average of about $400,000 to $600,000 homes in this area. In this part of the Missouri, that's pretty big. That's a good size house, certainly above the average. And there's probably some, you start talking pools and other things, outbuildings, you're looking at probably $1 million properties. Pretty big place. Pretty big homes in the place. And another water feature. See, does this one look more natural? Maybe. See, I had a friend who lived in one of these. I think maybe it was one of these houses right here. Or maybe this one. And this one right here in the crosshair. I don't remember exactly. I do remember helping him move. You can imagine with a house like that, you got a lot of junk to move. That took a while. One farther away from the drone than I realized. We'll kind of make a pass over the golf course. Not get low, of course. Don't want to take a Pro V1 right on the dome. That would hoit. Don't want to distract the golfers.
Max altitude reached.
You've said that 4 times now. I believe you. I've never played this course. I haven't golfed in quite some time. I was always really good at slicing, though. That was my specialty. Oh, it's well kept up.
Max altitude reached.
I'm going to drop slightly below max altitude, so you stop saying that. Alright, as always, we appreciate Dead Armadillo Sounds for giving us the music to enjoy. A lot more interesting than just hearing me. Even if I do actually know something to say. Still better to have something else. Back about to where we started. Let's just kind of take a look in the distance now. What do we got? Oh, is that Wholesome? Is it this close? So there is a major concrete plant. No, that can't be this close. That's got to be farther up the road. But there is a pretty major concrete plant somewhere along Highway 61. I'll look at the map, and if that is actually Wholesome, I'll let you know on the screen. But I don't think it can be. I think it has to be farther away than this from the school. We'll see. So that's in the distance. And north here, all those nice farm fields. Might even be looking into Illinois for part of that. Is that our... That might be the lead smelting tower at Herky. I'm not 100% sure on that topography. Those look like some water fountains. Those are water towers. This could be some of the ones we've looked at before. That's the one in the middle of Festus. We were talking about that one earlier. Well, we're back looking at the high school. And there's the water tower we saw earlier. Alrighty, well, this has been just a quick little shot of the R7 part of Festus, Missouri. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching DJI's Aerial Quad channel, and I do hope I see you next time.